Happy 4K Blues to everybody. Brought to you, of course, always by Why So Blue. Welcome to this one I'm just calling my horror haul. I've got some little bit older titles, recent titles, and some upcoming titles in this batch to show you. It just kind of piled up. Happens to me in September and October every year, and I really don't have the time to just one by one them. I did one by one this Paranormal Activity Ultimate Chills collection, which you can find the video here on this channel where I go in depth on that. And I apologize up front, this video is not going to be as neat and tidy as that one was, where it had these little cuts to me zooming around the case. Didn't have time for that, and I also apologize for excess noise going on. I've got a bit of a loud house during this. Apologies. Make fun of me in the comments. Do whatever you can. That's fine. But I've got these bits. I'm going to show to you lots of cool pickups this month, as always, and with 4K, it just takes the excitement up a level. So I'll start with a box set. I'm going to end with a box set. The first box set I have to show you is the Universal Classic Monsters collection. This is volume 2, 4K Ultra HD. So last year, they brought out the original Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Invisible Man. This year, they're adding Bride of Frankenstein, my personal favorite of the classic monster films, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and their Phantom of the Opera, the only color movie in these. So once again, it's in this book packaging where there's little pages. I know some people just cannot stand this packaging. I think it looks really neat. I've tended to like them. They open up and you get a little bit, some good photos that have always been used in these sets. The discs aren't that great of artwork. They're not anything special. I'll show you one of them for the 4Ks and then we'll move on because they're what they are. They're typical. You've seen them before. It's got a little bit, hold it better. Got a little bit of the Mummy on there. That's what it looks like. There we go. And like that. And they just go through and I might do it like that. We got the Bride of Frankenstein. Always. This is such a treat movie. It's such a wild movie. I did notice, there's a little bit of Bride of Frankenstein elements in Halloween Ends, which just came out, which I kind of liked. If you know, you know, that's fine. But here's what that disc looks like. I might as well show these. She's kind of faded there. That's the style they're going for on these. Next up in this set is Phantom of the Opera. Boom, boom, boom. And then this one, they always throw in there, and it's like not the Phantom that everybody knows, and I don't think it's anybody's favorite here. But, it's part of this wheelhouse, and they can boast another monster. There's that disc for you. Then we have the Creature from the Black Lagoon, an absolute masterpiece of a movie. Sorry for my glare. But you can see it, and I'm not sure if this contains a 3D version or not. All the movies featured come with digital copies in 4K Ultra HD. Here's his disc, little Gill Man for you. So I guess the Mummy one was the only one with like a really faded look there. I've only had a chance to pop in Bride of Frankenstein so far, but as always, just pristine, glorious silver screen beauty that always, I believe, honestly, black and white has benefited even more than color from 4K Ultra HD. This is available now. Came out a week ago, but this is a great set to go with the other one. Hopefully all the other sequels like Son of Dracula, the rest of the Frankensteins, and those corny little Mummy movies are all on the way for you. I'm really digging that. Next up, I've got Scream 2 Steelbook. There's a glare, of course. We're going to go a couple Steelbooks here. Try to get a good look at that for you. It's got the projector, the movie theater. Hello, Sydney, remember me. It's my personal favorite of the Scream films. And the disc inside, I've popped this in. This thing looks gorgeous. Much improvement. The Scream 2 and Scream 3 desperately needed some 4K Ultra HD enhancements, and they look less like DVD up converts and more like films now. So no new extras on the Munsters either. It does contain, unlike Scream 1, this one comes with a Blu-ray and a digital copy. The Blu-ray is where you'll find all of your bonus features. As well, another great one, and now this one's loaded with new stuff, old stuff, is the Fright Night Steelbook from Sony. This thing is great. This thing has gone from like a movie that the studio was shopping out to people to now one of their bread and butter things. It's got nothing in the background really, I don't believe. It's just these discs. If you wanted to see, that one looks like there. We got Amanda Bierce back for interviews, stuff like that. I popped it in yesterday. It's gorgeous. One of the coolest things about this release is the new Atmos track for Fright Night. That there's a lot of Jerry Dandridge walking on the roof. That if you have ceiling speakers, it's like lots of activity from below or from above, club music, all sorts of stuff. This is a fantastic experience in Dolby Atmos. This is one of the best classic titles that had no business ever going even to 5.1, getting a Boffo Atmos track. So definitely pick up the Fright Night Steelbook. We're going to go back formats here a bit, and I'm going to promote a future episode. So my Halloween episode this year, the show, October 31st dropping, Troy Brownfield will be back from the Saturday Evening Post, and we'll be discussing the Out There Halloween mega tape. This is only on DVD right now, and you're like, what is this? This is actually a sequel. This is the sequel to the WNUF Halloween special, which will be the episode before that with Jessica Alsman. If you follow me around in my podcasting ventures, you'll know I did talk about the WNUF Halloween special back on my old show called Cinema Cavalcade with Troy. So I'm bringing Troy back to talk the sequel, and I'm going to show Jessica the original because it's a very nostalgia dripping fake commercial friendly thing, and I think she's going to love it. This new one, the original one was like took place in a fake like 1987. It was like a tape you found that was like a news broadcast, and you watched the thing with commercials, and it was this little Amityville take thing. It was kind of funny. This new one features a more 90s and like Fox Channel alien autopsy type special, along with like a Ricky Lake type talk show episode. But this is the Out There Halloween mega tape. You have to go to their site to buy it. Well worthwhile. It's a fun trip. We'll talk about it in a couple weeks, but I just wanted to promote this one as I really like these movies they've come out with. Sorry for my drink. Apologize, but it's the morning. Next, we're going to Warner Archive. They've got a pair here, Mark of the Vampire and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These two have been kind of demanded over the years from them. This one, they came out with a different one, the remake, last year or earlier this year, I can't remember, but people were very happy that the real deal came out. And then Mark of the Vampire, which I have my review up for this one. This is Todd Browning doing another vampire story, and it's got Lugosi playing a vampire, and the ending is very controversial with people, very big sticking point, but I don't think it ruins any of the fun had early in the movie. And you could, up till that ending, you could have called it Dracula's Daughter, and it would have fit. But it's almost as good as the Universal Classic Monsters movie. But definitely check out, scratch that curiosity. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I haven't gotten to revisit this yet, but this is another classic one, and the way they've cleaned both of these up is amazing. The bonus features, since people aren't living anymore from these, they are putting stuff that would be era appropriate, that would have maybe gone with it in a theatrical screening or whatnot. But those are from Warner Archive, also from Warner Brothers. These came out the end of September. I've got the 4K Ultra HD debuts of Poltergeist and The Lost Boys. Both of these classics getting cleaned up, coming to 4K Ultra HD. We'll start with Poltergeist, directed by Tobe Hooper. Yes, directed by Tobe Hooper. This is just genuine all-timer here. Looks great on the format. I don't know who came up with this cover. This is it. This is what they could come up with. I mean, just put her in front of the TV saying they're here. Really. You got a slip cover in its first pressing. There's no new bonus materials. It's all the same. All found on the standard Blu-ray disc. It comes with the digital copy. It comes with this seizure warning for epilepsy. Flashing lights and stuff. I'm like, why don't other movies with flashing lights come with that? Anyway, plain old black discs. Nothing too exciting there, but it looks and sounds great and continues to be one of the finest movies you can pop in this trick-or-treating season. Next, we have The Lost Boys, Joel Schumacher's big drop here that people love with Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Jim Gertz. I showed this to my children. They both loved it. It still works today. It's just a unique vampire story with oozing with lots of style, not afraid of its era, to be a time capsule. I believe there's a couple new bonus things on here. Worthwhile release, looks great now. A lot of these, like Poltergeist and Lost Boys, were early Blu-ray releases and don't really have the finest in picture quality, but now they rock. Both have just 5.1s again, and that's what they got. Next, I got a pair from Synapse Films. I have not popped these in yet, but we have Satan's Little Helper from them, featuring some new bonus features and stuff. I've not seen this movie, so I can't tell you anything about it. They sent it to me. Have not popped it in. Of course, always comes with their catalog of movies, their current catalog. Here's what Satan's Little Helper might look like. And then it does have, I believe this has a reversible cover. So it might be more recognizable looking like this. But that is Satan's Little Helper. The next I have, and I haven't watched this either, is the Kindred. This one's one that people have been waiting on them for a long time. I believe it came out in a Steelbook before. This is the regular standard case release for it. And this one also comes with this version of the catalog, which is the Demons 4K, which I still have not picked up yet. I need to get the Demons and Demons 2 4K because I love those movies. It's just, they're a bit pricey. This is the Kindred. Who's in this movie? There's someone in this movie. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe nobody. Rod Steiger, that's it, and Kim Hunter. So that's who's in the Kindred, and this is from Synapse Films. Let me see. In terms of reversible cover, we don't have one. We don't have a reversible cover for this one. But this is one of their seasonal pickups. They always do some of the finest restoration work you'll ever see. So if you haven't seen a film before, you're going to see it better than anyone. It's going to have its best chance ever because you got the Synapse Films release, and they have just glorious restorations. So Kindred and Satan's Little Helper, you can get them off their website. This is one of the grandest studios. They made the Suspiria that we all love, and they've been partnering with some great restorations with Arrow recently on Dario Argento films Phenomena, Tenebrae, and more. Next, we got a little film. It's been on Netflix, but it came out same day with Blu-ray, The Munsters, Rob Zombie's film. This, of course, has been controversial a bit. Well, not controversial, but I think I've been very pleasantly surprised. The reception on it's been in the middle. It's like a half and half almost. People like it, people don't. I predict it's going to hit some cult classic status because it is kid-friendly. It's very charming. It wears its heart on its sleeve. It does not come with a digital copy. It comes with a very long making of, making it worth it, and a commentary from Rob Zombie. But Rob Zombie knows his stuff. I think a lot of people, problem is they know what the Munsters look like. If you say the Munsters, they know what it is. But I don't think they know the Munsters because this one really knows its stuff. The actors, the script and everything. It's a little long, and it's just, for me, it wasn't funny enough, but like, it knows its stuff. It's not a mess. It's not bad. And I think a lot of people don't really actually know what the Munsters is, but they think they do. But a lot of people who are huge fans of the Munsters, like still watch them to this day, have loved this movie. I'll go with their opinion on whether he got it right or not. I enjoyed it pretty much, and a lot of people I have talked to, not that like, oh, everybody I know likes it. That's not good enough of a sample size, but I've been surprised when I've talked to people that they actually are pretty charmed and think it's a fun movie. So take what you will. The next one I have is this little movie called Fall. It's a pretty cool little thriller about two girls climbing up to a old TV tower, getting stuck, and hoping not to fall. Comes with a little documentary, like 15 minutes, about making it. Like I said, apologies for the craziness that's going on upstairs all the time, but I wanted to get this video done, so I have no other choice. And then there we go. I like this movie enough. It's a little too long for what it is, and they add a lot of unnecessary plot points and a couple character things to try to justify some things that they don't need to justify. This is the movie that, of course, had some deep fake work done with it, or like digital enhancement to the faces to get rid of cursing to make it PG-13. I didn't notice any of that. What I did notice is some of the background work, the CG that's like down here when they're looking down, looks kind of like Weatherman in the 80s, telling you about the forecast. It's that the combination of lighting and the character doesn't quite sync up with the background right, but there's a lot of stuff that is impressive. I just think the movie is more ambitious than the budget allowed, and I'm not going to fault it for that. Kind of like that. So that's Fall. Next, I have a movie I have not checked out yet. Here's some cool things. Beast with Idris Elba. This is, I think it's on Peacock currently too. There's a delay in the production of the Blu-ray. I literally just got my hands on it. Came out last week. This is, of course, him defending for his life against like a lion or something, or a tiger. It's the movie that people are, oh, I want to see it, and then they don't go out and see it. Comes with a digital copy, some bonus features. I don't have much to say about it because I have not seen it, but it just recently came to me. There we go. Next up, a quirky little movie called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies on 4K Ultra HD. This edition you can only get at Best Buy. If you go anywhere else, it's only going to be standard Blu-ray, even online. So you have to go to bestbuy.com, or if they keep it in the store. Do they keep these in the stores anymore? I know they were dwindling them. Here we are, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Kind of called, it's really shot well. There's some funny stuff to it, but it's kind of, for me, there's some boring parts to it, but I called it kind of a 2.5 star movie with like a 5-star ending, because I think once you get to the ending, things become better than they were before, and I hope to watch this again sometime and maybe enjoy it more. But it looks really cool. It works well with the 4K format. The HDR works good. The like glow sticks, where they wear in the dark, shine out and glow really well. Cool movie, handles the black levels very well. Definitely, I recommend seeing it, even if I wasn't too high on it. Next up, a movie I've owned a billion times and just got, I was trying to hold off because I know a set will come, but this was $12 on Amazon the other day, and I picked it up. Friday the 13th on 4K Ultra HD for the first time. Why don't they just start with the set and then work their way back? I don't know, but here it is. It looks great. There's a very 3D look to it now, with all the depth being taken care of. There was 4K restorations from Screen Factory just a couple years ago, and now they can show it properly on 4K Ultra HD. This only comes with one disc. It has the bonus features that were typically with Paramount's release before. None of the Screen Factory ones are here, but unlike before, you now can pick between theatrical, my preferred version of this, and the uncut. Why do you like the theatrical better than the uncut, Brandon? Thanks for asking. Mainly because it's the Kevin Bacon scene. It has a different angle in the uncut and holds on it too long, and it looks way fake. And you can see the connection of the fake body to him, and it's just, I don't like it. In the theatrical, it doesn't cut as long. It's a different, it cuts quicker, has a different angle, and looks more legit to me. We're gonna move on to a couple criterions as we wind down here. We have Night of the Living Dead in 4K Ultra HD, which I continue to go, how much better can they make this movie look? Well, a lot better all the time. Sorry, folks, just trying out something new here, blurring up a bit. But they went from Digibook packaging on this to a regular standard case. Comes with 3 discs, the original 2-disc Blu-ray version of it, and then of course the 4K Ultra HD disc. Let me pull these out so you can see right here. There's the art. Ooh. I love this movie. I buy it every single time, every format. I used to have this MPI version. I think I still have it because it had a parody called Night of the Living Bread on it that I liked. And it was one of the Millennium. It was like the release. Actually, you know what? I see it right here. Off screen stuff. I actually found it. This one was my bread. This is the one I loved for so long and held on to. And yeah, so cameo from that thing in this episode. But then you get the Criterion one. You have the information, the essays, and then a little poster of the little basement girl. And like I said, no new. It's just an upgrade of their previous version, but it keeps looking so good. It keeps looking so good. Also, here they go. Their debut here of Lost Highway 4K Ultra HD. Like saying, sorry, Kino. David just likes us better. Some new bonus features and such. It's a David Lynch film. This was like the first new David Lynch film when I was really aware of David Lynch. I always like this one. It's weird, wacky. This is a 2-disc set. They're one right here. And when I get the other one here. Do you like Lost Highway? Remember the soundtrack? Trent Reznor and then the Smashing Pumpkins had that song I. Here's the backdrop here for it. And let's see here. This is a cool Criterion's got it. They're going to end up probably putting out all Lynch's films, right? Comes with a booklet. I'm not going to show you every page of the booklet. But it's, you know, Criterion style. Just lots of great material to keep you just being a historical document of a film. There are a few better than Criterion at doing it. Lost Highway. Haven't popped this one in yet. Bought it, but here we go. Our coming to Scream Factory. From Scream Factory, we first got the release of Army of Darkness. I have Return of the Living Dead 4K too, and I forgot to grab it. I apologize. It's a great release. My review is up on whysoblue.com. Here we go. This one, I bought this movie who knows how many times. They only did the theatrical in 4K on here, just like Life Force. Don't know why they're doing that. They probably have good reasons. This is now a stacked set with lots of discs. So there's this one. And these fall out. They don't have very deep spindle things to have them on. So they fall out a little bit easier, but you can get them back on here. Watch me struggle. So here we are. More discs. So many discs. And we have all the cuts, all these cuts of the film. This is just basically an upgrade from their previous version. No reason to complain, because they also have a really cool looking steelbook of this too. So, Army of Darkness. Rounding us out, completing the weekend, is Scream Factory's Halloween 4K collection from 1995 to 2002. Basically, those Dimensions Films movies. This is a super duper set. We have, so they match the spines of the ones from last year. Go together. And then we have Halloween 6, which is quite the stack thing. The Curse of Michael Myers. On this one, they have the producer's cut and the theatrical cut, and they added a new commentary with Daniel Farrens and Marion Hagen. star of the film, and it's okay. It's pretty decent. There's a part that irked me in it. Barron's kind of goes through the same stuff he always does. Marion Hagen has some decent stuff to add to it. Sorry, that one disc is upside down. And like I said, these come out here, especially these. There was one thing that irked me in this one was they were asking where they were talking. Daniel Farron's like, I don't know where all this incest stuff came from, and people asked me about it. And Marion Hagen's like, yeah, I don't get that either. He's like, I was trying to be like this with it. Fine and all. He was describing the flashback sex sequence thing as a like Rosemary's Baby. That makes sense. But Kara Strode literally, Marion Hagen's character literally has a line in the movie in the producer's cut that says, you know whose baby it is, don't you, Michael? It's your baby, isn't it, Michael? That's why people think that, and you both know that. Sorry. And so does Perez, who is a super fan, doing the moderating, but I digress. Next, we have Halloween H2O. This is just new transfer. They kind of already did the goods on the special features for this release, and they of course have reversible covers. I didn't mention that before. Halloween H2O, and there we go. This still remains my favorite grand finale finish of Michael Myers right here. I know he just went out in some style this weekend, but that one. And then the one that got the most work was Halloween Resurrection, and that's because in the last set they didn't do much to it. And here we have Sean Patrick I Don't Age Thomas talking about the movie, as well as Jamie Lee Curtis's stunt double she had for like the 90s, which you really need to check out that one. That's a cool interview. This is actually the first one I popped in. And Justin Beam wants you all to know that yes, he did try to get Busta Rhymes back for this. So there we go. That'll end my Halloween haul. Wow, I've been talking to you guys for almost 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat to some degree. I don't get to do these very often anymore. It's just a timing thing. What are some of your favorite pickups this year for Halloween season? What ones do you watch? What are some of your favorite all-time releases or memorable ones that you hold fond of these movies I saw? So definitely let me know in the comments. Yeah, keep liking. And Monday, I've got a very interesting episode for you on the show, Practical Magic with Greg Magoon. Sure, not a horror movie, but it is witches. It is very fall, and he's got a very personal time talking about it, and I think you'll enjoy it. And then come back for the WNUF Halloween special episode, and then its sequel the following week with Jessica and then Troy. So appreciate it. Oh, the Tim Burton one's going great. We're having a good time. Yep. Happy Halloween season, and catch me on the show tomorrow. Stay film positive.